for as long as it takes? Does it mean indefinite support from the United States for Ukraine? Or will there come a time when you have to say to President Zelensky that the United States cannot support his country any longer? Thank you.
We are going to support Ukraine as long as it takes. We are going to stick with Ukraine, and all of the allies are going to stick with Ukraine as long as it takes.
The war has pushed prices up. They could go as high as $200 a barrel, some analysts think. How long is it fair to expect American drivers and drivers around the world to pay that premium for this war?
As long as it takes. So Russia cannot, in fact, defeat Ukraine and move beyond Ukraine.
Rely instead on the Ukrainian government for such information. The administration has not agreed to allow American military troops to conduct some oversight into that country, end quote.
Filming porn and doing crack.
The corruption.
The media has completely ignored it because they wanted Joe Biden elected president.
And the secrets surrounding Hunter Biden.
You can deny something for a very long time. Eventually, the truth can't be denied.
Meet the people in Hunter Biden's life.
Hunter's role was as a connector, which is a role he had because of his name.
Who tried to save him? Who enabled him? And who profited from him?
Joe Biden was at least having some knowledge of Hunter's business dealings, if not actually involved in them.
Who is Hunter Biden? Part 2.
So we learned recently that Joe Biden's daughter said her dad showered with her as a child and made her sexually convulsive in later life. Then we learned that Biden's family refers to him privately as Pedo Pete. Once we learn these things, maybe Joe Biden could stop sniffing children. And if you work for Joe Biden, if you were Susan, a random girl he met on a bike path, stop sniffing children, Joe Biden. Hopefully that message reaches him at some point. We're out of time. Sean Hannity is next.
Biden's inflation hit yet another 40-year high today, even above projections, the highest number to date under Biden, a new high record at a dismal 9.1%. Remember, it was only 1.4% when he took office. This puts Biden's White House failures in full view as this extremely destructive Democratic agenda is hitting Americans everywhere, from the gas pump to the grocery aisle and everywhere in between. Take a look at your screen. This is what you're paying just year over year. Gas is up 60%. It's doubled since he's become president. Now, chicken up another 18%, eggs up 33%. Food costs across the board, new cars, used cars, they're all up. Airfare, yep, costs a lot more for jet fuel. That's up 34%. Pretty much everything you pay for is costing you a lot more, and it's all because of the economic and energy reckless policies of Joe Biden and, of course, the climate alarmist Green New Deal agenda. According to the new data, the average worker has lost $3,400 in annual income as a result of Joe's inflation, and for families, it is a whopping $6,800 annually. That's a new tax. Now, remember, it was Joe Biden who said back in December, inflation had peaked. Another complete lie. Now, add all of that yet to another warning sign that's gone largely unnoticed. Car repossessions, yeah, they're exploding right now. What Barron's is calling, quote, an underappreciated ticking time.
It was an ugly report, very hard to find any silver linings here. And even though this expectation, and even though this report was higher than expectations, it is perhaps no surprise to Americans who know and have been feeling inflation is painfully high right now.
But overall, it's 9.1, and it's a bad number any way you look at it.
When I look at this report, I don't see any relief anywhere. Even before we got to this 9.1%, there had been some sectors that were behaving a little bit better. I look at rents going up. I didn't see any relief in apparel. There was some hope, folks, that maybe with the inventory that Courtney Reagan's been talking about at some of the department stores, that you might see some relief in apparel. Not much there.